My name is Kennedy Butler. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and things that I'm interested are reading, writing, planning, dancing, singing. I grew up with a single mom who was just very strong and like betted on her own strength like the majority of the time and did everything like in her power to be a good parent to me and my younger brother. We dealt with housing instability, we dealt with a lot of racism, we dealt with a lot of, you know, trauma and abuse. And um, the sad part about it is that none of that is in its own way rare or unique. So something that led me to come to the Coffee Oasis was two girls. The Coffee Oasis, first off, was not my first shelter. My previous shelter I stayed at had kind of like a 3-week limit. So after that limit, you have to find somewhere else to go. And two girls that stayed there with me recommended the shelter to me. And I ended up, when my time was up, coming here as well. And I come to the Coffee Oasis continuously, even after leaving, because I still feel like, I don't know, it's just become a place where like I can just get support, get help, be around people who want to see me succeed. And not only want to see me succeed, but put in the steps with me, and who, will get down with me when it comes to just like reaching any goal that I have. One of the people at the Coffee Oasis that stands out the most would be Kenyatta Ivory. She was just like such a constant in my life when like a lot of things were changing. My emotions were changing and I wasn't sure of just like the world around me, the people around me. Miss Kenyatta became like a person who I could just come to and talk to about my relationship with God, about my past, about my future, what I needed from the present. The first question she asked me when we started talking, I think it was like a month of me being here, it was like, what drives you? And I find myself asking me that question like a lot because, it does change, but it really just gave me the ability to, reflect on myself and reflect on where I was going and where it was coming from. And that also just, I feel like, was the birth of a relationship so special and important that, I just won't forget. She went above and beyond and just doing her job and just really being there to support me. And I, will be forever grateful. I learned a lot about myself. Like, that's number one. I've learned a lot about myself, good and bad. I was able to grow in like my relationship with God. I've done a lot of things. I've had a lot of accomplishments. I've even, like, one of the biggest one is being able to admit that myself. Sometimes it's hard, but I've taken financial courses. I have gotten a job. I'm going to college soon. I'm in therapy. I'm going to do driver's ed pretty soon, starting running start. So those are a lot of the ways that the Coffee Oasis influenced my journey in life. One thing that I've learned and grown in is my ability to just realize what I can and can't control and how to pivot. Just like every action is my own. Everything that I do is my own. And not only that, but just like the life that I want to create really does depend on me. That's one thing that the Coffee Oasis has definitely taught me. And I feel like that's just an amazing lesson for me to have learned, especially like this young. Honestly, it's just like, it's so amazing to see the people after being in survival mode for so long or being in situations where you don't feel safe. It is so liberating and just amazing to feel, being caught by somebody or a group of people who are able to, give you strength when you can't rely on your own, or give you wisdom when you can't really give yourself your own. I think that that's the feeling that everybody deserves to have and experience.